everyone. Welcome to Quiet Power Podcast. My name is Emily, and I am really glad you are here today. This episode is for a very specific kind of listener. You understand English. You read it. You watch videos. You follow conversations. But when it is time to speak, your mind freezes. Words disappear, your mouth feels slow, and you start thinking something is wrong with you. Nothing is wrong with you. What is happening is actually very common, very logical, and very well explained by how language learning works. Today we are not talking about motivation or routines. We are talking about facts, about why this happens and how to change your relationship with English so speaking becomes possible. Let us start with the most important fact. Understanding a language and speaking a language are processed differently in the brain. Comprehension is mostly recognition. Speaking is production. Recognition means your brain sees or hears something and says, yes, I know this. Production means your brain must actively search, choose, organize, and pronounce language in real time. These are not the same skill. That is why you can understand much more than you can say. Another key fact. Most people learn English passively for years. School, subtitles, videos, social media. This builds strong passive knowledge. Vocabulary recognition grows. Grammar feels familiar. But the brain is never trained to retrieve language quickly under pressure. So when you try to speak, your brain is doing a task it was never trained for. This is not fear. This is lack of automation. Speaking requires automatic access. If words are not automatic, the brain slows down. When the brain slows down, anxiety appears. Then anxiety blocks retrieval even more. This creates the feeling of, I know it, but I cannot say it. That feeling is not proof of inability. It is proof of imbalance between input and output. Now, an important correction. Many people believe they must know more vocabulary or grammar before speaking. Research and teaching practice show the opposite. Speaking improves when you reuse a limited set of language many times in real contexts. The brain does not need more words. It needs faster access to the words you already know. Another important fact. Language is not stored as single words in the brain. It is stored in patterns and chunks. Native speakers do not build sentences word by word. They reuse ready-made pieces. Like, I think that, the reason is, it depends on, to be honest. When learners try to speak using isolated words and grammar rules, the brain overloads. When learners use chunks, speech becomes faster and more natural. This explains why you may understand complex texts but struggle to say simple things. Reading allows time. Speaking does not. Speaking forces instant decisions. That is why spoken fluency grows from repeated use of familiar patterns, not from studying rules. Let us talk about immersion, but realistically, immersion does not mean moving to another country. Immersion means reducing translation and increasing direct contact between English and meaning. One powerful fact is this. If you always translate English into your native language, you delay speaking. Translation adds an extra step. Fluent speakers connect English directly to ideas, images, and actions. So how do you integrate English into life without routines? First, change your input environment. Choose one area of life where English becomes the default. For example, entertainment. If you watch videos, watch them only in English. No subtitles in your native language. English subtitles are acceptable. This trains direct processing. Second, inner speech matters. People who speak a language use it internally. You do not need full sentences. Start with simple internal narration. I am tired, I need coffee. This is interesting. This feels strange at first, but it is powerful. It builds a speaking habit without social pressure. Third, reduce the idea of performance. Speaking is not a test. It is a physical skill. Muscles of the mouth need repetition. Accent improves through movement, not thought. This is why reading aloud and repeating short phrases works. You are training coordination, not intelligence. Another key fact from language science. Errors are not a problem. Errors are feedback. People who wait to speak correctly speak less and improve slower. People who speak with errors improve faster because the brain adjusts through use. Accuracy follows fluency, not the other way around. Now let us address fear directly. Fear of speaking is often fear of social judgment, but in reality, most listeners focus on meaning, not mistakes. Communication succeeds when meaning is clear. Studies on communication show that imperfect language with confidence is more effective than perfect language with hesitation. One practical life integration strategy is role replacement. Replace one small daily interaction with English. This could be online comments, voice notes, or short calls. Not because it is practice, but because English becomes a tool, not a subject. Tools are easier to use than subjects. Another strategy is identity shift. Stop thinking I am learning English. Start thinking I use English sometimes. This mental shift reduces pressure. You are not becoming someone else. You are adding a function. Let us talk about listening and speaking connection. Listening helps speaking only when it is active. Passive listening builds familiarity. Active listening builds usable language. Active listening means noticing how things are said, not just what is said. Intonation, pauses, fillers, like well, actually, you know. These elements are essential for natural speech and are often missing from textbooks. Mimicking real speech helps because it teaches rhythm. English rhythm is stress-based, not syllable-based. This affects fluency more than grammar. People who sound fluent often use simple language but correct rhythm. Another fact that surprises many learners: you do not need confidence to speak. Confidence comes after speaking. Action creates emotion, not the other way around. Waiting to feel ready delays progress. Speaking badly is part of speaking well later. If you take one thing from this episode, take this. Speaking starts when English stops being something you study and starts being something you use imperfectly. Use creates pathways. Pathways create speed. Speed creates confidence. Before we finish, let me give you a simple mindset anchor. You do not fail when you cannot say something. You succeed when you try to say it. Every attempt rewires the brain slightly. This is slow, invisible, and powerful. So where does this leave you? It leaves you normal, capable, and not broken. Your understanding is proof that your foundation exists. Speaking is the next layer, not a separate talent. Integrate English into life through exposure, inner speech, reduced translation, and real use, not routines, not pressure, just use. English does not enter your life all at once. It sneaks in through habits, reactions, and small choices. One day you notice you answered without translating. That moment is built from many quiet repetitions. Thank you for staying with me. This was not about quick results. It was about truth and direction. You have been listening to Quite Power Podcast. My name is Nathan. Keep it simple, keep it real, and let English be a tool, not a test. See you next time.